Welcome to my Week 8 battle of the BBR. This week, the Chicago Grookies are taking on Shadow Gallade, coach of the Carolina Toros Heels. Sorry for no upload last week for the BBR. The league took a week off for Christmas, but we are here now with our final matchup of the season, and this is a very important game, as if we win this, we have a good chance of making playoffs, depending on how some of the other coaches do, but if we lose, we are out for the season. With that being said, Shadow Gallade has a very scary team with a good mix of offense, defense, and support, with things like Ogerpon, Curum, Zapdos, and Heracross being great offensive pieces, and then there's things like Incineroar, Corviknight, and Cresselia, which are great on the defensive side, and then Sandy Shocks is an amazing support Pokemon, which can set either hazards on my field or give them screens, which are difficult for me to deal with as well. Taking a look at our team, first up we have Gliscor, rocking the Toxic Orb as always to get that passive recovery, especially when paired with Protect, which I felt was very necessary as they have a ton of knockoff users on their team this week. Aside from that, Stealth Rocks just seemed super important to be able to chip things down, like Incineroar, Curum, and Corviknight, which can pivot very easily on my team. Rounding out the set, we have Earthquake, which is a great stab option, hit Sandy Shocks and Incineroar. And finally, we have Knockoff to hit those flying types like Corviknight, and even Zapdos we can hit with a Knockoff to remove its item, and Cresselia. We will have to be cautious of Zapdos though, as it can get a free bulk up off, because we really can't do that much damage to it. Next up, we have Gholdengo, which is mainly here to keep our hazards on the field because, like I said, Stealth Rocks are super important, and their only form of removal is Corviknight, which Gholdengo just absolutely walls. We're rocking the Cobra Berry to absorb knockoff from one of their many users that they have, but mainly Zapdos because that is such a problem. And we are rocking Make It Rain, Hex, Thunder Wave, and Recover. I am not expecting Sandy Shocks to come to this battle whatsoever, as it has a really bad matchup into Gliscor and Shaman, so I feel like Thunder Waves are just very free to spam on their team. Next up, we are bringing Choice Band Lycanroc. Since I'm not expecting Sandy Shocks, rock moves just go absolutely crazy, so we're rocking Stone Edge, Accel Rock. Psychic Fangs is there to either break screens, but also gives us a more consistent way of hitting Zapdos and Heracross. And finally, Crunch is there to be able to hit Slowbro and Cresselia. We are once again bringing Choice Scarf Rotom with Trick. This set is just so good into them because the pivoting is just absolutely free with Volt Switch. Trick is a great option to be able to stop things from setting up like Cresselia, or to be able to cripple Corviknight from being able to roost freely since it'll be locked into a move. And Will-O-Wisp is a great option to try to spread burns, especially if we can get one on Ogerpon to reduce its damage output. In our fifth slot, we are rocking Terra Electric Dragon Dance Gyarados. Now, honestly, I have no regrets switching this Pokemon to my Terra Captain. I honestly wish I would have done it a little bit sooner because this has just been so much fun to use. Terra Electric is a great option because A, it gives us a way to hit Corviknight and Ogerpon very hard with Terra Blast, but it also stops us from getting paralyzed from Thunder Wave from things like Cresselia. Rounding out the set, we have Earthquake and Scale Shot with the loaded dice. They have no dragon immunity on their team, so Scale Shot is super free, allowing us to boost our speed and potentially get a Moxie boost, not needing to click Dragon Dance at all. Finally, I just needed one more check to Ogerpon, so we are bringing Rocky Helmet Shaman with Seed Flare, Leech Seed, Dazzling Gleam, and Synthesis. Now, I know Ivy Cudgel from Ogerpon does not make contact, but I imagine them clicking things like U-Turn a little bit more often on Shaman, allowing us to get the Rocky Helmet damage off on them. And then Ogerpon is their Terra Captain, automatically going into Terra Water, so I figured Leech Seed was super free to be able to click once they go for the Terra, just to get some health back on this Pokemon, but also support the rest of the team. So that is our team for Week 8. If you enjoy, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 300 subs. I want to give a huge shout out to BP, Matt, Tog, and Kyle for helping me prep and mock this week. And finally, check out my opponent's YouTube channel. I will have it linked down in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the game. All right, here we are with the game, and there is some stuff that I was not expecting here. So we see Ogerpon, which is their Terra Captain. We see Zapdos, we see Kyurem. Those are both very scary for us to swap into. Sandy Shocks, though, is really throwing me off because that thing has such a awful matchup into my team between Gliscor and Shaman. So, okay, I'll take it, I guess. Shadow Gallade and Heracross finishing off the team there. And we're going to lead with Gliscor and just get our rocks up immediately because they look really good into our opponent here. And then we can just get our Toxic Orb since they do have a lot of knockoff on their team. This is a very important game. We do have to win this if we want to make playoffs. So I am definitely a little bit stressed over this game. But I did some good good mocks, and I think our prep is fairly good here. I'm so shocked to know Corviknight, though. I definitely thought that was going to come, as we just see an Ogerpon lead, which we don't like whatsoever. And I don't want this to freely try to set up a Swords Dance on a Protect. So we're going to go right out into Shaman on this. This is like our hard wall into this. If they Terra immediately, that would be fantastic. But either way, they really don't like Seed Flares from Shaman. I mean, Zapdos is going to take a good chunk. Same with like Heracross and Glowbro, even Kyurem. So let's send this out here as they choose to Terra right away, which is really good for us because that means they are no longer neutral to grass. They are weak to it, and we can set up Leech Seeds as well. And the Spit F boost does not matter. So, Ogerpon, Wellspring. It missed, and I didn't see what it missed, which is unfortunate, but I'll take it. Maybe it was like a Play Rough or a Power Whip? Maybe? Those are the only two things that I can think of. So let's just Leech Seed here because this will hit everything on their team, and that takes us from 403 to 265. That did actually a lot of damage. So U-turn. U-turn. And that did about 34%, so that's just like standard max attack. Alright, and we've seen U-turn, and I want to assume it was Power Whip. I'm going to put that on here, but I don't know for certain or not. Alright, do we land our Leech Seed? We do. So we're going to get a little bit of health back. And then, I don't know what we honestly want to pivot in against this, because we don't want to really lose our Toxic Orb on Gliscor just yet, I don't think. So, we can go Goldango, but Goldango's not a horrible option. It would let me scout a little bit about this Zapdos set, whether it's like Choice Scarf, Choice Band, and then losing the item isn't as big of a deal because I don't want to lose my Toxic Orb. I don't want to stay in and take a Brave Bird. Gyarados doesn't want to lose its loaded dice, so I think that going Goldango is probably our best option, especially because Corv's not here, and that was like the main purpose of it. Like, it still checks this in Heracross decently well, but it's definitely not as useful as initially intended. And I can't like let off free Thunder Waves either. Okay, so let's see this damage here. That did 377 to 285. So that did about 24%, so that's not like Scarf or it's not banded or anything like that. Now, I could go for a Thunder Wave here, but I really feel like Sandy Shocks comes out. If it does, am I concerned at all? Probably not, but I could predict and go Gliscor if I wanted to. Because that feels like it's his best bet coming out into this Pokemon. If I Thunder Wave and I hit Sandy Shocks and do nothing, Gliscor does come out pretty freely. It's just hazards are going to be a problem for my team, especially something like rocks. So I would love to be able to keep those off of the field. I think I do want to go Gliscor on this and try to predict the Sandy Shocks coming out. If they knock off, great play. Nope, they switch. Okay. So, what do we see? We see Ogerpon come back out. Okay, interesting. Was not expecting that. We need to try to get our rocks up so that we can start shipping down some of these Pokemon here because they're still very healthy, and it's very much a problem. We do get our Toxic Orb, which is nice here, and we can just go right back out into Shaman on this if they, you know, let's predict. Not really predict, but let's scout, I guess, and see what they want to do here. If they want to U-turn, cool. Okay, so they went for Ivy Cudgel there. Okay. So I'm going to go Shaman. I can also go out into Gholdengo if I want to, but it's kind of the same scenario where it just allows Sandy Shocks to come back in, and I really don't like that Pokemon. So we're going to go Shaman here. We can synthesis up on quite a few different things. On this, on Shocks. So they just choose to Ivy Cudgel again, which is fine. We will take this, and we can just synthesis. It sucks that that doesn't make contact, though. So, yeah, let's just get nice and healthy here. We definitely need to keep our health intact for this. My God. That does so much damage. And we probably got this down to about 75% now. I need to get Gliscor in against anything that's not Ogerpon or Kyurem, so that I can get my rocks up. That's just so valuable right now. Alright, and now that we've lost our Toxic Orb, I'm totally comfortable going out into Gliscor. And let's try to get these rocks up. Let's start punishing these switches. Because right now we're definitely playing on the back foot a little bit. We need to get Stealth Rocks up, and then we need a chance to get Lycanroc onto the field. Because Lycanroc just hits like an absolute truck behind... or with Choice Band. So hopefully they don't choose to U-turn here. They Brave Bird. Okay, so we've seen Knockoff and we've seen Brave Bird. And I want to say it's Choice Scarfed. If I like had to put a guess out there, because we have not seen an item from it yet. So let's just get our rocks up here, because these are going to be up for the remainder of the game at this point. And we probably see... Nope, this is not Ogerpon coming back out. This is Kyurem. This Pokemon is terrifying. Like, I have no good switch-ins to this, like, whatsoever. Okay. We got our rocks up, though, which is really nice. And part of me... I know that I can eat any one hit if it's not Specs with Rotom. And Gholdengo would eat Ice Moves. It's not going to take the follow-up Earth Power. If it's D-Dance, is that a problem for me? Probably. But I do have Lycanroc in the back, which... Kyurem into Lycanroc. We're doing 65 to 78 with our Accelerock here. So that's pretty good damage. I just need to get a little bit of chip. I think I have to go... God, I'm torn between Gholdengo and Rotom. Because Rotom doesn't look as strong with Sandy Shocks still around, but both of them invite it in. I think I need Gholdengo a bit more than I need Rotom in this matchup, so we're going to go Rotom. Like I said, I always take a hit if it's not Specs. So we'll find out here if it's not. And they freeze dry. Interesting that they chose... Oh, I have Gyarados. Duh. I was like, I don't know why they would do that. Okay. I honestly think that it's better for Rotom in the long term if I get rid of my Choice Scarf. I think it would rather be able to switch up moves. So I want to attempt a trick here, I think. If Ogerpon comes out, we have Shaman, who's at decent health. And if something like Zapdos comes out, we just get to click a move anyways. Yeah, let's try a trick here. I think that we get some decent value out of this, especially if this is boots. Let's see. Okay, so we gained boots. We're going to go down here, though. Okay. So, Curum KOs Rotom with Draco Meteor. Alrighty. So, he's now choiced into that. Is this an opportunity for me to go out into Gyarados and try to D-Dance up? I kind of think it is. Like, we're not going to get a better opportunity, I don't think. So I'm going to go for it. We won't Terra this turn just so we can see what he wants to do. And we just Dragon Dance here. Let's get +1. Alright, Gyarados at +1, +1. Into, what is this? Slowbro. Okay. This does get Thunder Wave, so I think I'm going to have to Terra Electric here. But at +1/+1, we're not quite KOing it yet with an Earthquake, but at +2, we're not even KOing it with an Earthquake. Okay. So I think what I want to do then is I still want to get a speed boost, but I need to get damage off. So I think I'm going to Terra here, and I'm going to go for the Scale Shot. And I am Moxie, so we're still going to gain attack boosts from this. So yeah, let's make this play. I think this is the best here for us. We don't want to get Thunder Waved, so that's why Terra Electric is so good here. Let's see. This Slowbro does not do that much damage to us. Unless he's offensive, which I only calc defensive, though. Because it just makes sense. So 4 hits should do about 40%. Okay, so it's not as defensive as I maybe thought it might be, but that's totally fine, because now we're going to be +2 speed. We're going to outspeed Zapdos. Oh. Oh. That's brutal. Okay. So at this point, Terra Blast will KO. Yeah. So, because if I did 50% with Scale Shot, 4 hits. Okay, what if he's like max special attack modest? He's not even doing half with Sludge Bomb. Do I want the health on this, though? I feel like I might need it. I'm gonna... God. I need this Pokemon, I think. So I kind of want to go Gliscor, and I want to just Protect to stall out turns of Trick Room. Damn, that really threw me off there. I thought we were going to be doing really good there with that. Okay, so he chooses to Fire Blast. Okay. And I didn't get to see how much that did. I was not paying as much attention as I maybe should have been. Alright, so he's got 3 turns of Trick Room. Now, what is Ice Beam doing from this? So let me look. Fire Blast. So he's not max special attack modest, that's for sure. Oh wait, wrong Pokemon. He's still not max special attack modest, but I'm just gonna figure it out. Let's see here. Let's go for this. It's gonna help us stall turns either way. No Ice Beam, maybe. You can't just run Fire and Ice coverage into my team. There's no way. So let me knock off here. Oh my God, he is. What a moveset. Frick Room, Slack Off, Fire Blast, Ice Beam. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go... What the hell? I can just go Lycanroc here now. Damn, that was not good. I didn't think he'd have both of those moves. That just opens you up to, like, Prim way too much. That was kind of my thought process behind it, at least. Alright, let's crunch here. This is going to do big damage. It's not going to KO. Well, I don't even know this thing's spread at this point. Alright, they swap. And I believe this was our last turn of Trick Room. And I have Sandy Shocks. Yep. Oh! Alright. I want to do that again, but they have Heracross and Zapdos, which both come in very freely. So I think I want to go Goldango now and try to, like, predict around this. I could be throwing really hard here. He chooses to spike. Okay. I don't like that. I feel like I have to go Shaman now. Damn, he played that turn really well. Because I definitely thought that we'd see Zapdos or Heracross come out on the follow-up crunch. I think I have to go Shaman. Everything else just takes too much damage. And I don't think I'm going to get another opportunity now to D-Dance up with Gyarados, unfortunately. Alright, they Earth Power. Alright, let me just Synthesis. I gotta stay healthy. At least try to. Dude, I'm still, like, just blown away by their Slowbro set. Like, I just... Wow. Because that doesn't touch Prim. That doesn't touch Rotom. Good prep. I mean, like I said, I was not expecting it whatsoever. And he is just going to Hazard Stack us now. And, like, I wasn't even expecting the Sandy Shocks to come, if I'm being 100%. Like, zero idea that this was going to show up to this battle. Alright, let's Seed Flare now. So we've seen Stealth Rock spikes Earth Power. And now we have way too many hazards up on the field. Way too many. Okay, so Slowbro KOs Gliscor with Ice Beam. And Shaman KOs Shocks with Seed Flare. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to send that yet. Okay. Well, we're going to take so much hazard damage, but we have to go Goldango. We don't really have another choice. God, I'm just trying to think of an opportunity that I can use Gyarados, because that's the only way we win this game, is with Gyarados. And, like, maybe there's a chance. Maybe. Oh, also, I think this is Boots. Because I didn't see it take Stealth Rock damage there. Okay, we can now Thunder Wave here pretty freely. Whatever wants to come in. Do we eat this? Yes, we do. And we landed. Awesome. All right, Goldango, you're not letting us down just yet. Giving us a chance here. All right, we got to recover here. Even though we could KO this, we just need to be at decent health for Heracross to come out. We might even just have to recover spam until, like, a possible full para. Because we need to be healthy. I guess let's just see what happens. Because we are gaining a decent amount of health back each time. And my Hex does kill. Like, without a doubt. I just want to be in a good enough position where I can take a Heracross hit. Which, Goldango into Heracross. Yeah, it does 35 to... Oh, wait, we don't have an item anymore. It does overhat, and there's the full para. That's what I needed. So let's Hex here. This will do some good damage. And he chooses to swap it out for Ogerpon. Alright, so it's going to take some good damage here. It will get the Spadef boost, but it's still going to take this. Okay, I am now going to Thunder Wave this. We're just going to spread paras. That's fine. If they go Zapdos, I just KO it. Totally fine. This was the original plan, but Sandy Shocks was throwing a wrench in that a little bit. Okay, so yeah, they just go right back out into this, which is fine. Because all they really did for us there was just give us a little bit of damage on Ogerpon. So I'll take it. And we will just take this out. Huge. Goldango KOs Zapdos with Hex. Alright, so it's a 4v4 now. And we see Heracross come out. Okay. Let's Thunder Wave this. Alright, and I'm glad I did. We are not KOing with Hex, though. Do I still need this Pokemon? I think that mainly it's here to check this Heracross. So I just go for the Hex and get as much damage off as possible. Swords Dance. And it's paralyzed. Okay. So yeah, this Hex is going to do 61 to 73. And then we're going to die to whatever comes out here. Knock off, yeah, we go down to that. Okay. Heracross. KOs. Goldango with knockoff. But now we go out into Gyarados and we get a Scale Shot off. Which I'm not calculating this. I'm just assuming this KOs if we get a 4-hit. Because we need the speed boost. The problem, Kyurem is still faster. Because we gave it that Choice Scarf. But after Rock's damage, it's very weak to Lycanroc. Lycanroc's our endgame here. We have to play it that way. So yeah, let's it's either I Scale Shot or I go for the Terra Blast, which Terra Blast is more reliable, but I'm gonna Scale Shot. Okay, we land. Okay. Gyarados KOs Heracross with Scale Shot. Alright, awesome. So, we're going to see Kyurem come out here. And it's going to be Choice Scarfed. And it looks like they can only KO with Draco. It doesn't look like Earth Power is going to do it. Which, I'm at, what, 245? Yeah, and there's a roll that don't even kill. So, alright, let's Earthquake here. Just get a big hit off on this. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Gyarados KOs Slowbro with EQ. Okay. I like this. Because like I said, Kyurem does not guaranteed KO here. And, yeah, we have Lycanroc in the back who's still looking pretty good. Yeah, so Draco does 61 to 73 max, and we're sitting at 71. So he has to get a really high roll for this to KO. Let's go. We just need to land. Okay. Let's go, Gyarados. Let's fucking go. Gyarados KOs Kyurem with Scale Shot. And then that just leaves Ogerpon, which dies to a Terra Blast, as far as I know. Gyarados KOs Ogerpon with Terra Blast? I'm assuming. We're about to find out here. I mean, I'm at +3 attack, right? +2 speed. There's no way this thing takes this hit. Ooh, that was looking scary as hell. Oh, and it's way weaker than I thought. I had written down 75%. I did not take into account the Hex or anything. So that is huge for us. This does mean that we have a chance to make playoffs. It's all dependent on the people in 7th and 8th, how they do. But I did my job. I won my game. So, you know, you guys might see me next week. You guys might not. This might just be the end of the season right here. No matter what, I plan on making kind of a season recap because I've had such a fun time. And I learned a lot this season, honestly. And if this is my last game, I want to thank everyone in the BBR for having me once again. It was an absolutely awesome time. And I do think I'm improving quite a lot. And I just had a blast interacting with all of the other coaches. And I wish everyone who is making it into playoffs, if I don't, the best of luck. It is going to be a very tight race. There's some awesome battlers in this league. But yeah, that's about all I got. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all later. Peace.